Many months had now passed, with the safari park coming close to being completed in terms of zones. There were a few hiccups here and there, with an increase in confusion among some scientists as dinosaurs were added that were nowhere listed. A mysterious site of origins was noted, but the scientists who left to check on that site had not reported in yet. The visitors, of course, did not notice anything. They just enjoyed the beautiful creatures from up close. With only a few more zones to be able to build, it became clear to the higher-ups that not all dinosaurs could be added to the park this way. Therefore, it was decided to revisit some old pens and add some dinosaurs to spice things up. The first dinosaur that would be added to an older pen would be the Aetolora Titan. This beautiful, friendly creature had some beautiful coloring patterns, including its head crest, that allowed it to communicate with its own species. These would be added to the first pen, though some were of the opinion that they should be added to the Iguanodon pen. Many felt they fitted in better with Parasaurs and the Edmontosaurus. A different breed would be used to add to the Iguanodon pen. 3 Aetolora Titan were flown over to the first zone. Because of that, the zone became very crowded, but the amount of space they had was larger than some of the other zones, so it should be fine. In the beginning, the Aetolora Titan were very shy, maybe a bit scared of their new environment and their new neighbors. They quickly headed into the forest and made sure to stick close to their own kind. But as time progressed, they felt more at ease, and the other dinosaurs, like the Parasaurs, did not seem to care, making them, in the end, come out of their shell. With that underway, plans were made for the newest zone, which was a vertically long area with a sprawl at the end, kind of resembling a fishing hook. Before the rangers could decide on what dinosaurs would be added here, they got word back from the scientist who went to check Site 10, Location E. He noted that he stumbled upon a side of the island that was supposed to be deserted. Yet, a lot of activity was going on here. He stumbled upon an enormous fortified pen littered with dinosaur species. As he spied on the area from the jungle with his binoculars, he counted for every dinosaur type that he knew was on the island. The remarkable thing was that they all seemed to coexist with one another. Hybrids were even spotted as well. But there was more remarkable news. It seemed delicately crafted to where each species had exactly 2 creatures being represented within the pen. This meant that even types that required bigger herds to live in, like the Stegosaurus, Camarasaurus, or Parasaur, could only be found in pairs. This counted for the carnivores too, for many of them preferred to hunt alone, but there were 2 T-Rexes, 2 Spinosaurus, 2 Allosaurus, 2 Giganotosaurus, etc. There were even 2 Indominus Rex, and the scientists were sure that these Indominus were not related to the younglings that they found on the island the year before. These were handcrafted and hidden away. Another thing to note was that with all these different types coexisting, no one seemed to attack one another. It was clear to the scientists that some maybe even many, of the dinosaurs were agitated or scared, but not a single carnivore attacked a herbivore. Not for sport, nor for food. One could see the urge though. If a carnivore came close, even to sometimes one of their own, they tried to take a bite, but it seemed more innocent, and to some, even a playful bite. But the scientists could see they were irritated. It seemed like the dinosaurs had something administered that kept them under control. Either like the Indoraptor with the aiming device, or, maybe even more sinister, that it was genome related. Lastly, the scientists also noted that there were more sites where he was. He could see in the distance more pens, some more heavily fortified than others, but he did not have a chance to look at them yet. He notified everyone that he would take a look and report any further findings. This was disturbing news. Someone was creating and tampering with the dinosaurs behind everyone's back. More information needed to be gathered to get to the bottom of this. But others were impressed to find out that it was now possible to create carnivores that would not attack any other creature. They said it could benefit the safari too, as now visitors did not have to be afraid to be in the same pen as something like a Spinosaurus. Finally, a scientist noted on a particular paragraph in the report mentioning a new, never-before-seen hybrid. It was dubbed the Ankylodocus, and was, as the name suggested, a hybrid between the Diplodocus and Ankylosaurus. It was indeed the case that only a few days before, the Ankylodocus appeared on the list of available dinosaurs for the dinosaur park. Now we knew where it originated from. To keep things on the down low, the head scientists agreed to schedule it in for the safari park. Before that would be done, they thought it would be smart to introduce the visitors to the two actual dinosaurs that the hybrid would consist of. The new pen was big enough to give home to multiple long-necked dinosaurs accompanied by a smaller, prickly Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus was a beautiful tank-like creature that preferred peace and quiet. It could cope with some other dinosaur companionship as long as it wasn't too much. Seeing as the Diplodocus were slow creatures, they would do little to startle the smaller herbivore. The Ankylosaurus got a whole day to get accustomed to its new home before its two neighbors were flown over. The smaller vertical area of the pen would provide the visitors with great up-close moments with the dinosaurs, as the end opened up more where the feeding place was of the Diplodocus. It arched right into an angle where all creatures had room to move. It even was mentioned that maybe another dinosaur type should be added eventually. Maybe something small, like a Deinonychus. But for now, the concentration will be laid upon getting the new hybrid, Ankylodocus, to the safari park. A large pen would need to be built to all the customers who would come to see it. Only a handful of pens could still be made, and with the weird things sighted at Site 10 Location E, trouble seemed looming on the horizon.